Hello, everybody, and welcome to Women's NCAA 2 Division College Basketball on a Saturday afternoon from Billings, Montana. The home team, MSU Yellow Jackets, hosting Seattle Pacific in what should be a terrific game this afternoon. It's the second half of a doubleheader. Yellow Jacket men opened it up with a win over St. Martin's. Held off the Saints 83-78. So that means the Yellow Jacket men are clear of the league by 2 full games at the moment. They are 13-2 on the season, so a big win for the Yellow Jacket basketball men. Yellow Jacket women, in the meantime, own the league lead as well. 12-1 this season. 21-4 overall, and we are underway as the Yellow Jackets control the opening tip. Here they go to work in their white uniforms. Deani Boyce down low underneath. Off the front rim, rebounded, and will go the other way with Olivia Mayer. She's their scoring leader with 15.5 points a game. Both of these teams riding 4-game win streaks as Bad Bear gets a hand on that one, but Skylar Berry scores your first points of the afternoon. Here comes Nelson. Yellow Jackets set up in their half-court offense. Nelson finds Giese outside, spinning. 10 on the shot clock. Back inside to Deani Boyce. She's blocked this time and will go the other way. Here comes Lane Kearns with it. Dumps it off to Hunter Beeren. Marlowe. Beeren with it now. Uses the screen. Giese playing defense. Nowhere to go inside. Looked like it bounced off the shin and out of bounds. Possession will stay with Seattle Pacific. Falcons inbounding with 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Beeren with it now. Giese gets in the way, clogs it up, and the Yellow Jackets force a turnover. Here they come the other way, running. Pass just a little bit deep. Deani Boyce, a nice job to save that. The Yellow Jackets will set it up in the half court. Giese driving baseline. Courtney Nelson down low. Back out to Shayla Montague. They're the first points of the game for the Yellow Jackets. Nearly 2 minutes in, we're tied at 2. SPU working the ball around the horn. Now driving inside. Hard off the glass, in and out of the rim. Nelson brings it up court. Again, the Yellow Jackets with 4 straight wins on the season. Both teams with 4 straight. Montague's fouled. Hits the 3-point shot and then fouled by Lane Kearns. Kearns didn't give her room to land. So Shayla Montague with a shot at a 4-point play here for the Yellow Jackets. They do not want to leave her open from outside. Montague, the leading 3-point shooter on this Yellow Jacket team, at 37% this season. And there it is, a 4-point play for Montague. She's your early scoring leader as we're 2.5 minutes in. Opening quarter here on the campus of MSU Billings in Montana. Boyce down low. Got up off her feet. Basket's good by Mayer. Again, Olivia Mayer, your leading scorer for the Falcons, also leads them with 35 steals this season. Deani with it. Cola trying to post up down low. The Yellow Jackets get that going. Look out. Giese's fouled along the baseline under the basket. She'll shoot 2. Last time these teams met, January 20th in Seattle. The Yellow Jackets won at 63-38. Beat them by 25 in that one. Mike Simonson in his 6th year as head coach Kevin Wooden now in his 20th year for the Yellow Jackets. Kevin Wooden, your all-time winningest coach at MSU Billings. Pick a sport, he's on top. Won more games than any other coach in any sport at this school. And, of course, his mom is actually out in the Seattle area listening this afternoon. She's dialed in every week, every game. We appreciate it. She sent a nice thank you note along the way. Appreciating the coverage here. Thanks to all of you listening out there. That one's tipped away, recovered by Bad Bear. Cola inside, no basket. They wave it off. That foul was on the floor. Skylar Berry picks up her first foul of the early afternoon. Third team foul on Seattle Pacific. Boyce driving. Poked away. She regains possession. It's blocked. And we'll go the other way with the Falcons. Kearns brings it up court. Now Beeren penetrating. Off the back rim, up and down. 2-point game with nearly 4 minutes gone by here in the opening quarter. Yellow Jackets lead it at home. 12-1 this basketball season in the regular conference season. And another three-pointer from Montague and another foul called. Count the basket. Fouls on Lane Kearns. That's her second of the game. But more ironically, it's the second 4-point attempt here for Shayla Montague. And we're barely 4 minutes into this one. That one's no good. She converted the first 4-point play opportunity. Still 7 quick points for Shayla Montague, and the Jackets are out to a 5-point lead, their largest of this early afternoon. Falcons swing it across court. 3-point shot up and down for Hunter Beeren. Big answer there for the Falcons. Danny Zahn now into the game, and Chloe Williams for MSU Billings. We'll see if they try to punch it down low a little bit more now. Boyce out, Bad Bear in down there at the post. Here comes Zahn. Inside out pass leads to a driving effort from Courtney Nelson. Will run the other way. Beeren with it. Check that. Haley Ann Oda brought that ball up court. Now we go the other way with Courtney Nelson. Bad Bear with it. Inside to Montague. Freed up. 2 free. Sometimes those are the toughest shots to hit. Falcons now with a chance to tie or take the lead with a 3. Driving to the basket. Up and down. Haley Marlowe ties it at 11 with under 4.5 to play here in the opening quarter. So a 5-point lead erased just like that by the Falcons. Danny Zahn fires the 3. That's no good. Bodies on the floor. Falcons come away with it. Beeren with it now across midcourt. Olivia Mayer from outside. That one rolls around. Under 4 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. Bad Bear calling for it down low. Felt like she had position. Williams knifes her way to the basket. Contact. No call. We'll go the other way. Marlowe across midcourt to Beeren. And the Falcons will settle it down. Tied at 11. 3.5 to play. It's tied no longer. Big three-pointer there for Olivia Mayer. Team's leading scorer and the lead to SPU. It's an 8-0 run by the Falcons. There's Bad Bear inside, off the glass and good. That's what they're looking for. Beeren now crossing midcourt. Marlowe with it. Back to Mayer, inside, double teamed, nowhere to go. Deflected out of bounds, they say last touch by Kolabad Bear. That takes us to the media timeout. 2:48 to play here in the opening quarter. Yellow Jackets trail by 1 at home, 14-13. Welcome back to the campus of MSU Billings here in Billings, Montana. The hometown Yellow Jackets in white, trailing by a point with 2:48 left here in the opening quarter. Seattle Pacific on top with the lead, and the Falcons had to replace 4 starters this season. The lone returning full-time starter, 5'7" point guard Hunter Beeren, and she's off to a nice start this afternoon. SPU in the dark uniforms inbounding. Whistle blown down low, and Haley-Ann Oda goes to the free throw line. Fouls on Caitlin Grossman. That's her second of the afternoon. Check it, they adjust that to her first. First team foul on the Yellow Jackets in this opening quarter. SPU with 4, so the Jackets will be shooting the rest of the way. Oda's first free throw, short off the front rim. Skylar Berry, the 6'3" center for Seattle Pacific, played in all 28 games last season. She didn't start all 28, but saw time in all 28. Both free throws off target, and the rebound right back tipped out to the Falcons. So second chance opportunity here for Seattle Pacific, leading by 1. Cross-court pass, Beeren fires 3, got it. Hunter Beeren, the lone returning starter, off to a hot start this afternoon, and a 4-point lead for the Falcons, their largest. Danny's on up top. Deani Boyce down low. She gets tangled up, gets it back outside. Aspen Giese catch and shoot, off target. Rebound to the Falcons. Here comes Beeren. Zahn guarding Beeren, now back up top for the Falcons. 15 on the shot clock, plenty of time to shoot. Jumper was there for Oda, instead she gives it up. And that ball off target for Grace Leisure. We go the other way. Danny's on. Zahn, screen set by Caitlin Grossman. Now Chloe Williams. Grossman with some position down there. Back outside to Boyce, still trying to fight her way to the basket. Flips it up, that's no good. Rough start for Deani Boyce. One of the leading scorers on this team. She'll come around. It's only a matter of time. She's fine. Falcons with under a minute 10 to play, trying to build on a 4-point lead here in Billings, Montana. That ball blocked by Chloe Williams, saved by Deani Boyce, and we go the other way. Good effort by Deani down there underneath the basket to keep that one alive for the Yellow Jackets. Would have been deflected out of bounds off MSUB. Giese's no good. Here comes Hunter Beeren. Defended by Giese. Beeren backs it out. Now they go down low. And a tough match for Deani Boyce, who hits the deck. They say it was clean. And the basket's good. So a 6-point lead now with 30 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. Yellow Jackets led this at one point, 11-7. Zahn, tough shot in traffic. Tapped out of bounds, they say last touched on Aspen Giese. So the Jackets will regroup here on defense. SPU will try to increase its lead. They can play for the last shot, can the Falcons, of this opening quarter. Mild pressure on Hunter Beeren. Across midcourt. Oda with it, driving, off glass, no good. And that's how the opening quarter ends here in Billings. Seattle Pacific off to a quick start. Falcons lead the Yellow Jackets 19-13. Welcome back to the festive atmosphere here in Billings, Montana. NCAA 2 Division Women's Basketball. On a Saturday afternoon here in Billings at Alterowitz Gymnasium, the Yellow Jackets try to regroup as they come out in the second quarter on defense. Rough shooting offensively for the Jackets, just 4 of 15 in that opening quarter. Falcons 8 of 15. Falcons go right back to work offensively, spinning inside and well defended by Deani Boyce. Forces the miss, and here come the Yellow Jackets. On the run. There's Deani, open underneath. That one's no good. Haley Marlowe brings it across midcourt for SPU. A 6-point lead for the Falcons, their largest of the afternoon. Yellow Jackets have led by as many as 5. Nelson rebounds, pushes. Giese, 3, got it. And that'll help snap a scoring drought for the Yellow Jackets. Draws the Jackets back to within 3 with 9 minutes to play here before halftime. Game 2 of a doubleheader. Yellow Jacket men beat St. Martin's by 5 in the opener. Corner 3, hard off the back rim, rebounded nearly by Giese, deflected to Montague. The Jackets will slow it back down into the midcourt offense. Half court, I should say, as they get it to Bad Bear. There's Deani, freed up again inside. That one goes. It's a 1-point game, Yellow Jackets. On a quick 5-0 run. Big step there. Tied up inside. Kola Bad Bear forces the jump ball. The possession will go to the Yellow Jackets, so a turnover there by MSUB. As Hunter Beeren is reinserted into the lineup. $8:19 to play here before halftime in Billings, Montana. Yellow Jackets look to regain the lead after trailing moments ago by as many as 6. Courtney Nelson. Bad Bear head fakes. Nelson gives it up to Giese. Nearly a back-to-back 3 for her. Ball on the ground, deflected out. And they say the possession will go to the Falcons. 7:58 here left before halftime. Inside Shorty's house, Alterowitz Gymnasium. We mentioned both teams enter this one on a 4-game win streak, longest of the conference for any team. And though the Jackets have won 4 straight, Kevin Wooden and Alicia Breen, his assistant, will tell you they haven't played great basketball in their last 4. They're finding ways to win, though. And that's what's important, especially at tournament time, which is just around the corner. That one's bounced out of bounds, and a second straight turnover forced by the Yellow Jackets. Nelson driving down low, spins inside, defended. A whistle, and she'll go to the free throw line. First team foul on either side in this second quarter. They say it's on Haley Marlowe. Looks like Cola Bad Bear maybe has a little bit of blood they'll have to work on. She heads to the bench. Doesn't look like she's forced out of the game here. I'll try to wrap her up. Before Nelson heads to the free throw line. Bad Bear, the team's leading scorer this season, averaging about 17 a game after transferring from Montana State for her final year of eligibility. Now Chloe Williams will check in for Cola Bad Bear. So Williams into the lineup. Deani Boyce right behind Cola in scoring, averaging 15 points a game. This is a Yellow Jacket team that's so deep. And loaded with Montana players. Just a couple from outside the state of Montana. Natalie Andreas, Yakima, Washington. And Chloe Williams from Liberty Lake, Washington. As we go the other way, both free throws are up and good by Nelson, so a 20-19 lead for the Yellow Jackets on a 7-0 run. Falcons have yet to score here in the second quarter. And down goes Grace Leisure as she went up to receive that pass and was caught with contact in midair. Yellow Jackets make their way to the bench as Leisure's attended to, with 7:02 left here in the opening half. Yellow Jackets trainer now out on the court to take a quick look as well. And this just after Cola Bad Bear exited the game for MSUB with some bleeding. So looks like Leisure's going to be okay as they help her to her feet. And they'll take her over here to the training table next to the Yellow Jacket bench. Walking gingerly. So she was the player fouled. It was not on a shot attempt, so no free throws. Falcons will inbound from underneath their own basket with 7:02 left here in the opening half. Beeren inbounds it. Uh-oh. Just like that, an easy layup for Olivia Mayer. Mayer, the team's leading scorer this season, again with over 15 a game. She just split the defenders there and went right to the basket. Montague's already got a couple of threes in this game, including a 4-point play. There she is with the ball, chasing her third three of the game. That's hard off the back rim. Somehow, Giese fights in for the rebound, and from her stomach, kicks it back out to Nelson. Montague freed up inside, lead back to the Yellow Jackets. Hustle plays. Those are the difference makers. Hustle plays. Aspen Giese all over for the Yellow Jackets. High arcing three off the back rim. Tapped over the shoulder of Chloe Williams, but right to Giese. Aspen hands off to Nelson. Now Deani Boyce working down low. Pump fake, Nelson. In the lane, lefty, layup, good. 24-21, under 6 minutes to play here in the opening half. Yellow Jackets with the lead. Just 2 points here in the second quarter for SPU. That one nearly thrown away, and it is. Danny Zahn and Cola Badbear back into the game for MSU Billings. Haley Ann Oda off the bench for SPU as Haley Marlowe sits down. So Montague and Deani Boyce take a seat for the Yellow Jackets, who'll inbound with 5:37 left here in the opening half. Zahn across midcourt, and Yellow Jackets set it up. Screen set by Badbear. Nelson posting up, wants it down low, feels like she's got the mismatch. They get it to her. Back outside. Danielle Zahn off target. There's Giese again for another rebound. She's short. Williams underneath comes away with it. So a third opportunity here on this possession for the Yellow Jackets. Nelson, contact inside. No, basket no good. They call a foul on the floor. Should be a non-shooting foul. In fact, they say it's on Nelson. Offensive foul goes the other way, and that leaves us to the 5-minute mark. And the media timeout here in the second quarter. 24-21, Yellow Jackets back on top. Welcome back to MSU Billings. Saturday afternoon basketball, game 2 of a Yellow Jacket doubleheader. Men won the early one over St. Martin's, 83-78. They had to hold off a St. Martin's rally. Jackets led by 14 with over 11 minutes left. St. Martin's eventually cut that to 1 in the men's game before the leading Yellow Jackets took care of business and finished it. Slammed the door. Giese, no good. Yellow Jackets outscoring SPU here in the second quarter, 11-2 right now. Hunter Beeren, the leading scorer, with the basketball. She's got 8 points for SPU. Shayla Montague with 11 for the Jackets. No good. Giese, another rebound. Pushes to Zahn, back across court. Badbear. The Yellow Jackets go back to work. Badbear posting up inside, blocked. That doesn't happen often. And a foul call on the second effort. Fouls on Skylar Berry. Cola Badbear goes to the free throw line. And in for the first time this afternoon, Natalie Andreas for the Yellow Jacket, giving Courtney Nelson a breather. 4:19 left to play here before halftime. Yellow Jackets on an 11-2 run here in the second quarter. They've trailed by as many as 6. They've led by as many as 5. Cola's first free throw up and down. And of course, it's an afternoon honoring and remembering missing and murdered Indigenous women. Yellow Jackets raising awareness and paying tribute to MMIW here at halftime. That one's stolen away. Cola Badbear with it. Now Danny Zahn. Nice bounce pass. Chloe Williams couldn't get it to go. Giese in there for another offensive rebound. Andreas off the bench. Short. And Giese rebounds it. Yellow Jackets will set it up. It's another third opportunity on this possession for the Yellow Jackets. Andreas thought about the 3, gets it out to Danny Zahn. Euro step, no good with 3 seconds left, and back the other way. Come the Falcons. Kearns on the run. That one's stolen away by Williams. Falcons still just with 2 points here in the second quarter. Zahn pump fakes. She's got it back. Had an open look at the three. Cola. And one. Cola Bad Bear heads to the free throw line as she's caught fire a bit here in the second quarter for MSU Billings. Deani Boyce, Shayla Montague, Courtney Nelson back into the game for MSUB. 28-21 Yellow Jackets, largest lead of the afternoon. As Bad Bear completes the three-point play and a timeout for the Falcons. As head coach Mike Simonson, in his 6th year, says, let's talk about it. When we come back, we'll take you to halftime. 3:18 to play, Yellow Jackets by 8. So out of the short timeout, Yellow Jackets will be on defense. Falcons will inbound. The Yellow Jackets have outscored them now 16-2 in the second quarter. Second quarter this season has been difficult at times for the Yellow Jackets. Not today. Very conscious effort to get back to work. The three-point shot up and down for Lane Kearns. That'll stop the bleeding. Just the 5th points of the quarter for Seattle Pacific. Bad Bear calling for it down low. Zips it across court to Giese. Tapped out of bounds. And off the other way. Possession of the Falcons. Bad Bear defending. And a late whistle there. It'll be on Cola Bad Bear. So free throws coming now for Seattle Pacific. First foul of the afternoon for Cola Bad Bear. Second team foul for the Yellow Jackets. Falcons with 14 fouls in the quarter. And the second crawls in for Olivia Mayer. Here come the Yellow Jackets. Lead down to just 3 now, approaching 2 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the opening half. Nelson, screen set by Bad Bear. Cola calling for it inside. Hard off the glass, and here comes Seattle Pacific. Hunter Beeren. Beeren flashed open down low for a moment. Mayer with it now. And a travel called on Lolo Weatherspoon. So another turnover for the Falcons. But they have bounced back into this second quarter after being outscored to open at 16-2. They've burned off a mini 5-0 run. Exactly 2 minutes left now and counting before halftime. Nelson inside. Montague. There it is, third three-pointer of the game for Shayla Montague, and she has 14 here in the opening half. Nearly half of the Yellow Jacket points. And a near steal there, deflection by Montague. Up, bounce pass there, no good. Weatherspoon not looking for it. And under 1:30 to play here before halftime. Pump fake, Giese, no. Rebound to the Falcons. Here comes Lane Kearns. Kearns directing traffic. Another three-point attempt, front rim, no good for Oda. Under a minute now, and the Yellow Jackets in no hurry. Nursing a 6-point lead. Cola calling for it down low and over the back. Foul's going to be called on Olivia Mayer with 9 seconds on the shot clock. So it'll reset to 30 seconds. 41.5 to play in the game. And Cola goes to the free throw line. That was the 5th team foul against Seattle Pacific here in the second quarter. Mentioned the Yellow Jackets lead the conference this season, picked in the preseason to win it by coaches. Jackets are 12-1. Western Washington right behind at 12-2. They're the only team conference-wise to beat the Yellow Jackets this season. Alaska Anchorage third with a 9-4 record. Both these teams still have to make the Alaska trip. And Seattle Pacific sits fourth, alone in fourth place in your standings right now with a 7-6 overall record. About a 10-second differential between the game clock and shot clock. Beeren. Giese got a hand up, and they say honor. They say Aspen got the hand, so Hunter Beeren goes to the free throw line, trailing by 7. 19.1 left here before halftime. Yellow Jackets can play for the final shot of this half. Beeren's first free throw up and good. She was one of just 2 Falcons last season to start all 28 games. Had a team-high 95 assists last season. So both free throws good for Hunter Beeren, and the lead cut back to 5 for the Yellow Jackets. Their largest has been 7. As time winds down here in the opening half, women's basketball in Billings, Montana. Courtney Nelson, an open path to the basket. Lefty layups good with 5 seconds to play in the half. Here come the Falcons. Shot is off, good if it goes, off target, and the Yellow Jackets will take a 7-point lead to halftime. 35-28 with a big second quarter for MSUB. Again, the university and the Yellow Jacket programs honoring here at halftime missing and murdered Indigenous women. The Yellow Jackets will raise awareness and pay tribute with the ceremony here. So sit back and enjoy. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with the start of your second half.
Glenn will sing Remember Me, a tribute to all the stolen relatives.
Remember me when the sun comes up in the morning sky. There I will be, soaring with the eagles so high, feeling free. Remember me down the
Welcome back, coming out of halftime, everybody. Seattle Pacific and Montana State University Billings from Alterowitz Gymnasium on a beautiful sunny Saturday afternoon. Yellow Jacket women lead at 35-28 here at halftime after trailing by 6 at the end of that opening quarter. Yellow Jackets come out of the second quarter on a 16-2 run. Shayla Montague, your scoring leader, with 14 points for the Yellow Jackets. She's got 3 threes, including a 4-point play in there. Cola Badbear with 8, Courtney Nelson with 6. The other way, Hunter Beeren has 10. Olivia Mayer with 9, Skylar Berry with 4. The big difference, though, a couple of them. Yellow Jackets struggling at shooting, 31%, just 11 of 35 attempts. 11 makes on 35 attempts in that opening half. 10 of 24 for Seattle Pacific. And the other noteworthy difference, turnovers. 9-1 favoring the Yellow Jackets. Falcons have turned it over 9 times this afternoon in that opening half. So here we go, back to work. Seattle Pacific with the basketball, trying to cut into a 7-point deficit. In traffic down low. Cola Badbear defending. We're down to 5 on the shot clock. Beeren with it. Nifty moves, short, deflected. Rebound, Giese, and here we go. Courtney Nelson calls out the offensive half-court set. Double screen down low for Shayla Montague. Giese, 3 with 11 on the shot clock. Back come the Falcons. No points here in the opening minute of the second half. Lane Kearns to the basket. Right down the lane, and she's good for 2. Just a 5-point game now. Early on here in the third quarter. Screen set by Badbear. Nelson gets to the basket. Kicks it out. Montague. 4th 3-pointer of the game for Shayla Montague. Yellow Jacket lead now at 8, their largest of the afternoon. Haley Marlowe handling. Now in the corner. Kearns with it. Beeren kicks it outside. 3-point answer, no good. Here comes Nelson with her head up. Montague, looked like she thought about maybe a 5th 3 there and didn't quite have the handle on it as she pops back out to the top of the key. Badbear has position downside. They get it to her and she scores. Cola Badbear fighting for it down low. 10 points on the afternoon. Yellow Jacket lead now to its largest at 10. Bounce to Beeren. Good from just inside the free throw line. Draws the Falcons back to within 8, 7:19 and counting here left in the third quarter. Not a team foul yet on either side here in the period. Nelson hits the deck, and just as I say it, they'll whistle the Falcons for 1. Won't be a shooting foul. Yellow Jackets will inbound side out. Foul on Haley Marlowe, her second today. Nelson handles in the corner. Badbear calling for it again. Freed up down low. Blocked from behind that time by Skylar Berry. I think that's Berry's second block on Badbear this afternoon. Deflected out of bounds as Aspen Giese disrupts the offense there. .56 left here in the third period. 8-point game. Seattle Pacific in the dark uniforms trying to cut into the deficit. Nowhere to go. It's Boyce, I should say, was defending, and they're going to whistle Deani for the foul there. Deani's first of the afternoon, 1 team foul apiece in this third quarter. First free throw off the back of the rim for Olivia Mayer. Scoring leader for Seattle Pacific, averaging over 15 a game, plus 35 steals to lead the team this season. Second free throw drops. And the deficit cut back to just 7 for Seattle Pacific. Nelson across midcourt. Wow, really had Marlowe on her heels. Gives it up. Giese with it. Back to Nelson. Bad Bear. Now double team down low. They're not going to let Cola beat her. Beat them, I should say, the Falcons, if they can help it. And another quick whistle there. Giese thought she got ball. The officials say otherwise. So it'll be free throws for the Falcons. That's Giese's second foul this afternoon, and she'll come to the bench along with Danny Zahn. Chloe Williams into the game. Williams and Zahn replacing Giese and Deani Boyce. That free throw is up and down. Marlowe trying to make it 2 straight here, the Spokane native. And does. So a 10-point deficit now just cut to 5 with under 6.5 to play here in the third quarter. A sunny Saturday afternoon. Great day for NCAA Division II women's basketball. Bad Bear finds Danny Zahn. Screen set. Now Bad Bear will post up. Spins. Off glass. No good. Good defense there from Barry. Falcons go the other way. Looked like Nelson got there in time for a charge. And yes, that's what they call. Courtney Nelson draws the charge. Not positive, but I think Nelson leads the team in charges this season. I know she did last season. In charges drawn. She is a tough player. Just continues to get back up off the deck and go to work. Danny Zahn handling now for the Yellow Jackets. They've given up a 5-0 run. Nelson outside. Montague, 3, no good. Would have been her 5th make of the afternoon from outside the arc. Here comes Mayer with it. Bounce pass, kicked away. So possession stays with Seattle Pacific, trailing by 5. 5:34 left here in the third quarter. Inside Shorty's house. Quick inbound. Battling down low. Good battle between Barry and Bad Bear. Another one kicked away, this time by Danny Zahn. So the Yellow Jackets playing tight defense. Cole is asking him now. She says, I took a throat to the neck. You didn't see that. So Cola subs out along with Shayla Montague. And it'll be free throw time for Olivia Mayer. Nope, they'll inbound. Looked like they were set up for a moment. I didn't think that was going to be free throws with just 2 team fouls, but here we go. Jump shot up and good. It's a 7-0 run. Hunter Beeren connecting there. 7-0 run for the Falcons, who've cut it back to 3. Largest lead of the day, 10 for the Yellow Jackets just a few minutes ago. Largest lead for SPU was 6. Nelson, open underneath, outside, Williams. Here comes Bierman. Cross-court pass. Under 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Good basketball game between the Yellow Jackets of MSU Billings and Seattle Pacific University. Falcons turn it over. Here's Boyce with it, now Giese. .15 on the shot clock as Zahn dribbles to the opposite side of the court. Boyce down low. Fade away. No good. Rebounded by Olivia Mayer. Approaching 4 minutes left here in the third. It's been a while since the Yellow Jackets have scored. They led 40-30 and a foul called here. Looks like an offensive foul call on Hunter Beeren. And that'll take us to the media timeout. So with 4:04 left here in the third quarter, Billings, Montana, Yellow Jackets 40-37 over Seattle Pacific. So welcome back out of the media timeout. 4:04 left here in the third quarter between the Yellow Jackets of MSU Billings and Seattle Pacific. Falcons shaving a 10-point deficit down to just 3 with a 7-0 run. Shayla Montague has been the scoring leader for MSU Billings in a great afternoon shooting. She's 6 of 8, 4 of 5 on three-point attempts. She has 17 points on the afternoon to lead everybody. Hunter Beeren with 12 points, followed by Olivia Mayer for the Falcons with 10. Giese finds an opening to the basket. Deflected from behind, gets her own rebound. Natalie Andreas into the game now for the Yellow Jackets. Deani Boyce knifing. That one's blocked by Skylar Berry, and we go the other way. So it's a 7-0 run for the Falcons, trying to build on it here with under 3.5 to play in the third quarter. Stolen away by Andreas. Yellow Jackets had numbers for a moment. Now Andreas will settle it down. Zips it inside. Great pass to Deani Boyce, who finishes. Great look from Danny Zahn. Yellow Jacket lead back to 5. Berry with it. Gets it to Beeren. Pull-up jumper with Zahn in her face. Danny might have gotten a piece of that. Here comes Andreas for the Yellow Jackets. Under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Zahn, NBA 3, front rim. Andreas nearly got there. Possessed and out of bounds. She thought she was pushed. Under the basket did Lolo Weatherspoon. She definitely had possession of the ball when she went out of bounds. The only question was she shoved? And the officials say they didn't see it. So Chloe Williams will inbound for the Yellow Jackets after a brief discussion here between two of the three officials. That's a shot clock discussion, and they call for the reset, saying that Witherspoon did, in fact, clearly control possession and then lost it. So a reset shot clock for the Yellow Jackets. Giese, quick shot, 3, got it! And the Yellow Jackets answer with a mini run here. Lead back to 8 for MSUB. Under 2.5 to play in the third. Jump ball called. Deani Boyce in there to tie it up. And that'll be a forced turnover, possession to the Yellow Jackets. Wait a minute. Do we have a foul call? Oh, one official instantly called jump ball. The other one called the foul, and they're going to go with the foul on the floor. Looks like he's calling for another shot clock reset here. I don't think that's the right move, though, because that ball never hit the rim. So Cola Badbear subs back in along with Shayla Montague for the Yellow Jackets. Boyce and Giese take a seat on the bench. 2:23 left here in the third quarter of play. Yellow Jackets on a mini run after the Falcons had cut it to just 3 from a 10-point deficit. 3 team fouls apiece here in the third quarter. Montague defending down low. Spin move. Basket no good. They call a charge. So the Yellow Jackets will take possession. Actually, they may have called travel instead of the charge. I think I stand corrected here. No foul call there, so the Yellow Jackets regain possession, approaching the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter. Bad Bear wants it down low, backs in, spins, hits the deck, and another whistle. Skylar Berry helps her up off the floor. Nice sportsmanship move there. Foul's called on Berry. So Bad Bear to the free throw line with 10 points on the afternoon. First one rattles in. Low scoring third quarter. Just 7-6. And now 7 apiece. Ten-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. Back to their largest of the afternoon. Tipped away from Berry by Bad Bear. Cola, coast to coast. Touch wasn't quite there as that she smiles. All she can do is smile as that one rattles in and out. Nice defensive effort, though. Fun to watch her dribble coast to coast. The Montana State University transfer back at home in Billings for her final season. Under a minute 30 left in this third quarter. Bounce inside to Berry. She's fouled by Bad Bear, so Skylar Berry will go to the free throw line.
Number 10, Cole Bad Bear.
2 free throws on the way for Skylar Berry. That's Bad Bear's second foul on the afternoon. Each team now with 4. So both will be shooting from here on out. This final 1:23 of the third quarter. Both free throws good for Skylar Berry. Falcon deficit trimmed back to 8. Zahn looks for Bad Bear inside, kicked away. That was off the foot of Haley Ann Oda. Ball stays down at this end. Shayla Montague will inbound with 21 seconds left on the shot clock. A minute 13 left in the third quarter. That one's deflected out of bounds. Active hands for Oda with back-to-back deflections there. Montague can bounce it right to Bad Bear or lob it inside. Cola with position, spins to her left. Late whistle there. Berry says, I had my hands straight up. What else can I do? Bad Bear goes to the free throw line for a pair. That was a well drawn up inbound play. Berry's playing really good defense this afternoon, battling Cola. First free throw up and good. Lead back to 9 for the Yellow Jackets with 1:07 left here in the third quarter at Alterowitz Gymnasium. She gets them both. Lane Kearns back into the game for Seattle Pacific, trying to rally from a 10-point deficit. It's the largest for either team this afternoon. SPU did lead by 6 earlier in the first half. Under a minute to play now. Alicia Breen up off the bench for MSUB. The associate head coach, assistant for Kevin Wooden, calling out the defense. Williams with a rebound, and here come the Yellow Jackets. Zahn directing traffic, calls for the screen, gets it. Underneath, tough reverse layup, and it won't go. Pretty move for Danny Zahn. Instead, Kearns comes away with the rebound, and less than a 1 second differential between game and shot clock. So the Falcons, should they choose, can play for the final shot of this third quarter. Seattle Pacific trailing by 10. Been a big quarter for the Yellow Jacket women. Bounce pass, poked away by Bad Bear. Now just 4. 3 and a travel. Great defense by the Yellow Jackets, forcing a travel with 2.1 seconds left in the third quarter. Hunter Beeren with nowhere to go, just frustrated there. The Yellow Jackets help out on D. 2.1 seconds, and time for a couple of dribbles. Zahn takes 3 of them, lobs it up off the glass, and we'll go to the fourth quarter with a 10-point differential. MSU Billings 49-39 over the Seattle Pacific Falcons. Welcome back for the fourth and final quarter from MSU Billings. In Billings, Montana, between the Yellow Jackets in white and the visiting Seattle Pacific Falcons. Both teams into this game with a 4-game win streak. Bad Bear down low, tough reverse shot, the layup good for Cola Bad Bear. Yellow Jacket lead now at 12, their largest of the afternoon. MSUB playing the first of 3 straight at home to close the season. That ball's kicked around, rolled out, picked up by Giese. She has Nelson on the wing, 3, no good. Rebound to the Falcons. Plenty of time for Seattle Pacific. And poked away again. That one nearly stolen by Bad Bear. Looked like a skip step there. They're going to count the basket. And call the foul on Bad Bear. That's her third of the afternoon. Basket good for Olivia Mayer, who's at the free throw line. Cannot complete the 3-point play. So a 10-point difference with under 9 minutes to play. Nelson defended by Oda up top. Back to Nelson. Bad Bear. Back to Bad Bear. And they call her for 3 seconds in the lane. So a turnover for the Yellow Jackets. They've been good this afternoon. Haven't turned the ball over much. Lane Kearns hit the deck there. Now we've got a whistle. And it's going to be another foul on Cola Bad Bear, which is big because I believe that's her 4th of the game, and it is with 8:26 to play. So back-to-back fouls on Cola Bad Bear as she sits. Quick inbound, up and good for Seattle Pacific. And a 12-point deficit now cut to 8, approaching the 8-minute mark left here in the game. Yellow Jacket women with a 12-1 overall conference record. 21-4 regular season. Nelson backs down low. Tough basket. Lefty goes. Leading scorers this afternoon, Shayla Montague with 17 for the Yellow Jackets. Cola Badbear with 16. Hunter Beeren has 14 for the Falcons. 10-point difference, under 8 minutes to play. Crawls over the rim for Olivia Mayer. Mayer's got 14 points now to join Beeren as the leading scorers for Seattle Pacific. Deani Boyce inside to Montague. Mismatch. Montague fades and hits. 19 points this afternoon for Shayla Montague. Lead back to 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Falcons can't really afford to match basket for basket here. They'll need some stops. Beeren's off target. Here comes Nelson. Jackets take their time in the half-court offense. Nelson saw some daylight. She's fouled driving to the basket. That one will be called on Haley Ann Ota. So Courtney Nelson will go to the free throw line. She's third in scoring this afternoon with 8 points for the Yellow Jackets. Montague will take a seat on the bench. Chloe Williams into the game, along with Danny Zahn, Deani Boyce, Aspen Giese, and Courtney Williams. Courtney Nelson, I should say, for the Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets with a nice lead despite a tough afternoon shooting, just 18 of 55 for 32%. Falcons shooting 45% on the afternoon, but the Yellow Jackets have hit 6 three-pointers. Big step toward the basket, missed by Mayer. Lob down court, deflected, and the possession will stay with MSUB. Courtney Nelson saw Aspen Giese flashing toward the basket, tried to get her the ball. Just over 6.5 left here in this one. Yellow Jackets looking for a double-digit lead, trying to regain it. It is 12 now, trying to increase it. And an offensive foul called. 57-45, Yellow Jackets over the Falcons. Under 6.5 to play here in this game. Second half of a doubleheader. Yellow Jacket men took care of business in the first one. Beats St. Martin's by 5. Deflected by Nelson, stolen by Chloe Williams, and here come the Jackets. Zahn with a pump fake. Easy basket. And the largest lead of the afternoon for MSU Billings, now 14 points. Starting to feel it and pull away. Spinning in the lane and fouled was Lane Kearns. Nelson helps her up off the deck. Third team foul of the quarter for Yellow Jackets. Just one team foul for the Falcons. That one was on the floor, not in the act of shooting, so the inbound will come from Hunter Beeren. Still plenty of time for the Falcons. They've got to get to work, though, offensively. And another quick whistle. It's going to be a push and a team foul number 4 on the Yellow Jackets. So, wow, with 5 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the game, Seattle Pacific will shoot free throws for the remainder. Falcons with just one team foul, so they're in good shape with that. Beeren, jump shot from the free throw line. Back to within 12 of the Falcons. Yellow Jackets in no hurry to get a shot off. The clock is the enemy right now for Seattle Pacific. There's Williams, open lane, daylight to the basket, no. Williams gets it back, had an open shot, didn't realize it. Deani Boyce, big three-pointer for Deani. And for the Yellow Jackets, as they now lead by 15, their largest of the afternoon. Quick basket, answering inside, Olivia Mayer. We've got a whistle. As the officials get together to discuss this, each team sent to the bench. And they're going to call a media timeout here with 4:52 to play. Yellow Jackets lead at 62-49 at home. And welcome back out of the media timeout as the officials use that to gather at the monitor. And prior to that, and prior to the break, Falcons head coach Mike Simonson was questioning something. They'll bring both head coaches together, Simonson and Kevin Wooden. I don't know if Simonson was asking for a push down low on that last basket. He's not happy with the explanation here. Nonetheless, the officials use that as a media timeout. They check the monitor, and we will play on the final 4 minutes and 52 seconds of this game. I mentioned earlier, both teams come into this one with a 4-game win streak. The Yellow Jackets on the verge of making it 5 straight, which would lead the conference. And there's been a technical foul called, so Cola Badbear at the free throw line hits the first. Mike Simonson still down there just shaking his head, questioning the nearby official. Badbear hits both free throws. She's now up to 18 points this afternoon. That's one above her average this season. So not sure where the technical foul took place or why, but nonetheless, the Yellow Jackets make them pay as Badbear hits a pair of free throws. She entered this game with 121 free throw attempts this season, shooting over 84%. That's impressive. Courtney Nelson, also an excellent free throw shooter. She entered with 116 attempts on the season. 64-49 as we're under 4.5 to play here at Alterowitz Gymnasium. And boy, the Falcons burning clock like they've got the lead. They need to get some points and score them in a hurry. Shot clock down to 4, 3. Tough shot, well defended. And rebound to Montague. Yellow Jackets won't be in any hurry to shoot the ball. The first of 3 straight home games, and that lob was Danny's on. All she can do is smile at that one. Cole is like, I don't know. I'm not that tall. I'm tall. I'm not that tall. I think Danny was counting on her to spin toward the basket there. Yellow Jacket turnover gives it to Seattle Pacific, which appears to be in no hurry to get the shot off here. Trailing by 15 with under 4 minutes to play in this one. Seattle Pacific, the first of 3 straight. That one's good. Nice shot outside for Lane Kearns. Seattle Pacific wrapping up the third of 3 straight road games. They're fresh off wins at St. Martin's and at Western Oregon. There's Bad Bear inside. Zahn gets it to her. Cola fighting for it. And a foul going to be called on Courtney Nelson. So free throws for the Falcons here with the clock stopped at 3 minutes, 10 seconds left in this game. And a 12-point difference. It was 15 a moment ago. SPU can cut it to 10 here. As you look at the GNAC standings right now, MSUB on top at the moment with a 12-1 overall record, 21-4 this season. Western Washington right behind at 12-2. Jackets will host Western Washington next week. Alaska Anchorage third in the standings at 9-4, and Seattle Pacific, the team you're watching right now, at 7-6. On the verge of 7-7. Both free throws made, so a 15-point deficit is now cut to 10. A little 5-0 run for the Falcons. What's coming up for the Yellow Jackets? Well, they'll be home again on Thursday night against Western Washington, and that's the big one. That's the showdown, likely for the conference championship, regular season. If Western wins, the Yellow Jackets would be in an identical spot record-wise with 12-2, but having been swept by Western Washington. If the Jackets win that game, then they likely would go on to win the conference, barring a disaster. So Western Washington in here Thursday night at 7 o'clock against the Yellow Jackets. 48 hours later, in fact, less than 48 hours. It'll be a 2 o'clock tip a week from today here against Simon Fraser. So the Jackets playing their first of 3 straight home games. And that one a week from today will close the regular season. That'll be senior night. And then the Yellow Jackets head to Alaska Fairbanks and Alaska Anchorage to close the regular season. So here we go. Under 3 minutes, 10 seconds left. Yellow Jackets with a 10-point lead and the basketball. Working it around, burning clock. Clock is the enemy of the Falcons right now. Giese driving, 10 seconds to shoot. Kevin Wooden wants a timeout real quick. So the Jackets effectively take 20 seconds off the clock there. A little bit discombobulated on offense. Kevin Wooden said, you know what, let's draw this up. Let's draw this up, see if we can soak the clock just a little bit more and get the best shot off we can. And then, of course, the GNAC Tournament Championships will be played in Ellensburg, Washington, starting March 7th. Thursday, March 7th through Saturday the 9th in Ellensburg at Nicholson Pavilion. And then, of course, it's on to the NCAA Division II West Regional. for a certain number of teams. The Yellow Jackets should certainly be included in that, along with Western Washington and very likely Alaska Anchorage. Here's what Kevin Wooden and the Jackets drew up off the inbound. Whistle blown with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Courtney Nelson to the free throw line. Foul called there on Haley Marlowe, her third of the game. SPU still only with 3 team fouls, so they've got one to give. Yellow Jackets already with 5, so the Falcons will continue to shoot. They were stuck at 5 fouls with about 6 minutes left in this game. Nelson drops them both. Lead back to 12 for the Yellow Jackets. Falcons needing some urgency here. Good defense by MSUB. Forcing 15 seconds off the clock. And a missed shot. Montague with the rebound. Nearly tapped away by Skylar Berry, but here come the Yellow Jackets with time on their side and a 12-point lead. Bad Bear calling for it down low. 15 on the shot clock. She spins off target. Rebounded by Berry. Here comes SPU on the run. Layup no good. Kearns off mark. And we're under 2 minutes to play with a 12-point Yellow Jacket lead. Kevin Wooden wants another timeout, or nope. What the whistle is here. Shot clock appears to be all right. Maybe the official thought he heard Kevin Wooden calling for a timeout. Minute 51 left, 24 seconds left on the shot clock. Yellow Jackets, 66 to 64. Now we'll see how much time the Jackets burn. 15 on the shot clock. They can work at least 10 more seconds. Nelson, now we're inside 10 on the shot clock. And an offensive foul on Courtney Nelson with 7 on the shot clock. So at the very least, they burned some time, did the Yellow Jackets. SPU now just with a minute 34 to work with, trailing by 12. Here comes Beeren. Defended by Aspen Giese. Now double teamed in the corner. Back to Beeren. All the way across court. Looked like she stepped on the line, and she did. Big call there. Lane Kern steps on the line, so possession of the Yellow Jackets. Another Seattle Pacific turnover this afternoon. Nelson's down on the ground, and a quick whistle. Timeout called by Kevin Wooden. 19 turnovers forced by the Yellow Jackets today. They've turned the ball over only 6 times. In fact, that was the 20th turnover, as they've just updated it here. 20 turnovers for Seattle Pacific. Yellow Jackets with a 12-point lead, 1:07 left to play. And here we go with the final 1:07 of this afternoon game. Second half of a doubleheader at MSU Billings. Kevin Wooden and his crew about to pick up another win and maintain control of the conference lead. Kevin's mother, Loretta, watching back in the Washington area. Hello to her. Daughter, Kayleen. Daughter, Toria. Son, Garrett. And thanks to all of you for joining us this afternoon for some good women's college basketball. 2 of the top 4 teams in the Great Northwest Athletic Conference. Yellow Jackets, number 1, will improve to 13-1. And that one's a block call as Nelson makes her way to the basket. Looked like a tough one there on the receiving end. Haley Marlowe gets up cringing. She can't believe it wasn't called a charge. Neither can Mike Simonson, who's out on the court right now. So again, mentioned a moment ago that SPU had a foul to give. It will not be free throws for Nelson. Yellow Jackets will inbound. SPU now with 4 team fouls. Yellow Jackets with 5. Under a minute left in this one from Billings, Montana. It'll be a Yellow Jacket sweep this afternoon. Men took care of business earlier in the opener of this matinee. Now the lob inside to Bad Bear. Fighting for position. Throws it up off target, and here comes Beeren. Hunter Beeren dashing toward the basket. Defended well by Giese and then swatted out of bounds by Bad Bear. We'll see if they call a block or a foul on Kola. She's walking toward the bench. Are they going to call her for the foul? She can't believe it. She thought she got ball. Terrific afternoon, though, for Kola Bad Bear. 18 points. 10 of 11 free throw shooting for Kola today. So the difference in this game is 12 right now, and Kola hitting 10 free throws this afternoon. That first free throw for the Falcons, off money. Second one rattles around and drops like a roulette ball. Looks like the Yellow Jackets want a quick timeout here. Leading by 11 with 27.7 seconds left. Seattle Pacific returns home for a Thursday game against Simon Fraser. And then next Saturday, a week from today, Western Washington. So Western makes its way in here on Thursday and then heads over to Seattle Pacific next Saturday. Danny Zahn dribbling out the remainder of the clock here for the Yellow Jackets. We're under 10 seconds left in this one. Zahn with the ball. There'll be no foul. There'll be no pressure. And that's your final. 66-55, a big Yellow Jacket win for Kevin Wooden and Alicia Breen and Janelle Beggar. Coaching staff for MSUB as the Jackets improve to 13-1 this regular season in conference play, 22-4 overall. Yellow Jackets run their record now to 5 straight wins. That's the longest in the conference. Seattle Pacific, after winning 4 straight, drops its first one in a couple weeks, falls to 7-7 in conference. 10-14 on the season. So after struggling in the opening quarter here, the Yellow Jackets were trailing 19-13 after 1. They put together a big second quarter, outscoring the Falcons 22-9, then 14-11 in the third, and 17-16 here in the fourth quarter. So the Yellow Jackets bounce back to win all 3 quarters of this closing end of the game. And we'll see Alicia Breen up here in a moment, along with Shayla Montague, your leading scorer this afternoon. As we take a look at the leading scorer, Shayla, 19 points. Just a terrific shooting afternoon, especially from outside. 4 of 6 3-pointers, including a couple 4-point opportunities early in this game. She hit the first one. Shayla 7 of 10 overall shooting in this game. So she led everybody with 19 points. Cola Badbear right behind Shayla Montague with 18. Courtney Nelson with 12. Olivia Mayer 17. Hunter Beeren 16. And Lane Kearns with 8. But it's Shayla Montague leading everybody today. The sharpshooter joins us now. Thanks for coming up, Shay. Good win.
Thanks for having me. Thanks.
Good win. Talk about it. That first quarter, you guys struggled a little bit, trailed 19-13 after one. Bounced back with a giant second quarter. A big difference maker there. You had a couple of 4-point opportunities in that first half. How about that?
Yeah, I know. I think we just played good all-around basketball today. Our key was to get it inside and outside, and I think we shot the ball a little bit better than we did last weekend, which is good. So, yeah, it was just a good team win for sure.
Definitely. You were feeling it early, too. And, I mean, I think you were 4 of 6 3-point shooting. So, Shayla being Shayla, well over the 200 career mark. Just looking to catch and shoot again outside today?
Yes, for sure. That's the one thing I'm looking for always. Yep.
How about you as a team? You'd won your last 4 games. You now have a 5-game winning streak.
Yep.
But games that maybe you feel closer than they could have been, it proves one thing, that you can win the close games. At the same time, you guys still figuring out how to peak this season. And you don't want to peak this week by any means, but what would be the difference maker right now for you guys to go on some kind of a large margin run? Yeah,
I think just every day in practice we need to just continue to get better. I mean, everyone in the GNAC is fighting for their life. We're very grateful we have a spot already at the tournament, but like a team like SPU, you know, they're a good team. They always give us a game, and from here on out, it's not going to be blowouts of a game. You know, everyone's fighting for their life. So, yeah, I think just continuing to get better, continuing to get in the gym extra, and just do our thing is going to be key for us.
And you talk about that. You talk about putting in extra work, but it's a long season. And in the off season, you guys are working out on your own as well.
Yeah.
So and you've been here long enough. You know how the grind of a season can start to wear down a team, maybe mentally and or physically.
Yeah.
How have you gotten through that lull in a particular point in the season? Sometimes it might be December, sometimes it might be in Feb.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we all feel it at some point. It's a really long season, you know, but just continuing to lean on each other for support is really big. Because we're all in it together. We're all going through the same thing, and just keep leaning on each other, and just realizing the potential we have and the ultimate goal, and just keep moving forward to that.
You bet. Well, let's talk about what you have coming up next, and it's a team that you're certainly familiar with. Seattle Pacific comes in here on Thursday night.
Yep.
That's your only conference loss, and in all likelihood, that game will be for the conference championship, unofficially anyway.
Yeah.
First time you guys met, they're the only team to beat you. What was the difference in that one?
They shot really well, and we did not. So I think we're really excited for them. We've been waiting for them ever since we lost them. That was a really tough loss. But, yeah, they shot really well when we went to their place, and you got to give them credit for that. But, yeah, we just got to prepare for them the best we can, and, just have some fans come in and support us. But, yeah.
No doubt. Well, you guys can return that sharpshooting favor when they come into the building here on Thursday night.
Yeah, let's hope so, for sure. That's the goal.
Definitely. Well, 2 more home games remaining. Appreciate you coming up to join us. I'll let you get downstairs and hug your folks and go celebrate another win. 5 in a row for the Yellow Jacket women.
Yes,
you bet.
Thank you so much.
Shayla Montague, again, the leader here, scoring leader today with 19 points. She hit 4 3-pointers and is on her way back downstairs now to say hello to her folks. And we'll be joined here by Alicia Breen, associate head coach in her 6th season. And you've got the stat sheet in front of you. Yeah, all right, you're going to give one to me. There's mine. Yes, thank you very much. We can go over this together like I'm in a classroom all over again.
Perfect.
Now, your impressions of this afternoon's win. It's 5 in a row for the Yellow Jackets, and they don't come easy, especially when you see a team for a second time in a season. I mean,
they don't come easy, especially when you're at the top of the conference. You're going to get everybody's best shot. And then on top of it, a lot of the teams that we're playing are fighting for tournament spots as well. We're one of 2 teams that have clinched already. But SPU is a great program. We knew they were going to come in. They've been playing really well. I think the last 4 or 5 games.
They've won 4 in a row.
Yeah, they've won 4 in a row, and they've been averaging between 65 and 70, and we held them to 55.
Yeah.
So that just attests to the girls really focusing in defensively. I mean, we forced them into 20 turnovers. They actually shot a really good percentage from both the field and from three, but we kept changing defenses, which I think confused them a lot, and we got a lot of steals out of it.
Talk a little bit more about that, because you just kind of glossed over it. We forced them into 20 turnovers. That's impressive. I think you as a team only had 6 or 7, but you forced them into 20, and that's something that Yellow Jacket teams have built their reputation on the last few years, defense.
Definitely. I think we have a very veteran group and a very smart group that we can change defenses on the fly like that. Like the first time we changed defenses, we did 2 possessions of a 2-3 zone, and then we just changed to a 1-3-1 right away. But that is a big kudos to the girls for being able to do that on the fly, and they're very good at communicating that. And it's really just added a dimension to our game, I think, that we can play. It wasn't even like we were playing poor in the first quarter, but obviously, SPU came out ready to go, and then we started changing defenses, and it kind of locked us in more, I think, and got us going on the offensive end as well.
No doubt. How about Shay? She comes out with a couple 4-point opportunities in that opening quarter. You don't see that every day.
No, you don't. I actually had a text from my dad that said that she had a couple 4-point plays. I've never seen 2 in a game in a long time. But Shayla's the epitome of a fifth-year senior who's down to her last 3. I mean, now she's got 2 home games left, and she's been such a staple in our program over the past 5 years that I was just waiting for her to have that big game and to have that. I think she had, the first 8 points or so in the first quarter. Like, she came out focused and ready to go, so that's really nice to see. We expect big things from our seniors as we go down the line.
Joined by Associate Head Coach Alicia Breen here, and let's talk about what's next. You guys have 2 home games left, but Thursday night, you welcome Western Washington back in, the only team to hand you the loss, and it was only by 8 points over there.
It was only by 8 points over there. The girls are very excited. Obviously, every game matters, but when you take a loss to a team that you'd circled on the calendar, we're definitely very excited for that. They're a great program, obviously having another great year, and they really came out and took it to us when we were at their place in the first quarter. We definitely have to be ready to go from the tip. That was the biggest thing, was we came out a little slow and had to dig our way out of a hole, and they're such a good team that to be able to dig yourself out of a hole is really hard, and you expend a lot of energy, so we definitely have to have a good start on Thursday.
Yeah, it looks like they jumped out 24-15 early, and then you're playing catch-up from there, which you did today. You were down 19-13 early, but, hey, it seems like every team in the conference is going to at least hiccup in one quarter a game, and you guys went through a string there mid-season where I want to say you went 16 or 17 quarters without a loss.
We did, and I think we're getting everybody's best shot. And like I said, it's such a tie-up for that middle of the pack to get into conference that every team comes in and is focused, and they know, they have to take away both our inside and our outside. And I feel like it takes a while for us to adjust to which one they're taking away to start with. And then second quarter, we've kind of figured that out, and we can work through that a little bit better.
Last question for you, and I asked Shayla the same thing, and you as a player, as an All-America player, you know full well what it's like, the grind. Sometimes it hits in December and sometimes in Feb, and where there's a lull, and it just seems like, man, I don't know what we need, but you guys have won 5 in a row. Not all easy, as we said at the top, but how do you as a coach now do your best to help the players say, okay, we're not in a funk, we're not in a grind? I mean, and it's hard to call it a funk because you're winning games,
right,
but you know full well you guys have not nearly peaked yet.
No, that's a great question. It's funny, on Tuesday we actually sat down with the girls and had a conversation. At the beginning of the year, Kevin, we always have the girls pick a motto for the year, and this year our motto is unfinished business, and he asked every single one of them what unfinished business means to you, printed it out, gave it to him back in September, and I pulled it out on Tuesday, and I just went through and read what they put 6 months ago as what unfinished business meant to them. And our first big goal was to make it to the tournament. Check mark, we're doing that. And we talked about it. Our next big goal is to win the conference outright. Like, they haven't had an opportunity. I mean, we had an opportunity last year, definitely, but for them to understand, and they're a mature enough group, and it's not pressure, it's not being scared, but this is the next thing that you can do. But to do that, every single game matters, and it starts on Thursday. But for them to understand that the last time that happened was 10 years ago when I was a freshman.
Right.
When I was a freshman, and there's been a lot of good teams since then, but to be able to say that you won the conference outright is a really big deal. And, they felt like last year, you fall short in the championship game at conference, you get second in the league. Like, they have high aspirations. And I think that's the biggest thing is we just keep pounding home, like, this is the fun time of year. This is the fun basketball where, yes, you're playing for wins, but you're playing for something a little bit more. Every win is one step closer to that final goal that you guys have.
We're down the stretch of the horse race, right? Regular season about to wrap up, and then into conference tournament play and the regionals after that. So keep them motivated. Good luck hanging in there yourself, because it's just as tough on coaches. I know. Thanks for joining us, and another good win today, Alicia.
You bet. Thank you so much, Scott.
Absolutely. Associate head coach Alicia Breen there joining us. Kevin Wooden downstairs with the players hanging out. As we say goodbye from Alterowitz Gymnasium, another Yellow Jacket win. It's 5 in a row for the Yellow Jacket women, in charge of your conference standings now at 13-1. Your final this afternoon, MSU B 66-55 over Seattle Pacific. Good night.